This ain't rags to riches. I did alright for myself. Not as good as I would like for myself, but when shit got thick, I could rely on myself. I was born a son, so I took the night for myself. Out of the dark, seen the light for myself. Killer hype and decided I should write for myself. I might tell you where I'm from, I might tell you where I bang, but ain't got it to prove to you. You should get that through your brain. I might tell you what I think and how I might play my game. I might tell you what I am, but I'm gonna tell you one thing. Your flower is on my trunks, cause out of the dirt I came. You gonna let me rock, I ain't never served no cane. I'ma do it on my way and I'ma deserve my fame. You gonna know my name, I ain't never served no cane. I ain't never served no cane, I ain't never served no cane. You gonna let me rock, I ain't never served no cane. I ain't never served no cane, I ain't never served no cane. You gonna know my name, I ain't never served no cane. And when I go propane, I'ma reverse this, I'ma hurt this, cause I'm so propane. HuBes. How do you do? Welcome to another RiHuBe. I'm me. I am who I am. Popeye style. And you're you. I hope. And this is another episode of this. Now, before we get started, I feel like I need to update you guys on some stuff that's going on with me. I got some things going on. Okay? Because first and foremost, like, you know, no disrespect. Shout out to all of my employers, current and previous. But, like, fuck work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a big part of life. And all of us are just trying to figure that part out. You know, if we had a choice as to whether or not we would just be getting up and going to work, then most of us wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, fuck work. All right? And fuck work is just not a thing that I'm saying. That is a movement right now. Okay? Fuck work. Because you just gotta get your shit together. Well, you don't have to. If you're the type to do it, then you do it. You know, you get your shit together so that you're not going to work. And I've been doing some stuff, you know, aside from this podcast. This podcast is a result of fuck work. Okay? Know that. I would rather be doing this. You know, and that's what I mean by fuck work. You gotta work. You have to do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I mean by fuck work. And I also been doing some stuff with clothing. I don't know if I told you guys. Probably didn't, because I don't know. I felt like there wasn't much to talk about. There's of course there's a lot to talk about. And even if it's a little bit, it's a lot for somebody. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to know that and put some things out there sometimes, because it's helpful to other people, you know. And I'm gonna just go ahead and say I hate fashion. I do. You know, but it's not about hating it altogether. It's like we did a thing with it that I can't grasp anymore. I no longer understand it. Not to say I ever did in the first fucking place, but it's just so far beyond me now. And I have been working with some retail companies for a long time, and I just kind of learned the ropes a little bit. And I can remember shopping. I'm trying to fucking shop, because I don't shop that much, you know. And when I do, I'm not trying to get fucking fancy. You know what I'm saying? Everybody nowadays, they got little animal things and fucking rat tails hanging off of them. Like, I don't want that shit. You understand? Like, I don't need a lot of extra shit. Like, it's just too complicated for me. I like to wear simple shit, simple shirts, simple things, you know. And also not walking around looking like a walking fucking billboard when I don't want to. You know, that's all I ask. And it's real hard to find shit like that now, because everybody's got to have you wearing their thing. You know, and no diss to that, but sometimes I just don't want that shit. So, short version is, it got to the point where I was just saying, why the fuck don't I just make my own clothes? You know what I'm saying? Why do I keep sifting through other people's shit to find things that I like for? You know, like, I could just make the things that I like, and I'll just use those. And anyone else who likes it can buy it too. You know, so we got some things going on. And shout out to my business partner, or partners, however we really figure that out, I don't know. And we're gonna do some clothing, well, I'm going to be really invested in the clothing. And we're going to do some more hats. You know, and shout to Fits by Wave. If you're looking at the video podcast, you see some new hats on the table. And a Fits by Wave branded hat too. Shout to them, you know, really doing their thing over there. All right. Have me looking like a dad in no time with dad hats. Okay. Because dad hats is the first step to a whole dad costume. Because that's what the fuck we want. You know, we spent so much time rebelling against our parents that now we want to look like them. It's dad hats and fucking high waist jeans. Great. I can see the fucking future. You know, these people, fucking grandma and grandpa ended up early. Wow. Shout to young people. It's cool to look old now, I guess. I don't know. But like I was really saying, I'll tell you more about those things as they grow. You know, as I really have stuff to say about them, then I'll tell you more about them. Otherwise, you're not going to hear very much. You know, but I might have some nice things to show you. I don't know, maybe in a couple of weeks. I don't know, when we really get the ball rolling. See when it really gets wicked. We shall see. But enough of that. We're going to start it off the way we like to start it off now. Lately, Highland been a little light on the posts. You know, fake busy. So I realized when I started this podcast, I just been consistent with posting, you know, or addressing his shit back to back. But so I thought I was just running out of shit, but of course I'm not running out of shit. He's been doing this shit before I was doing this podcast, so there's just more. You just got to go backwards, you know, which is not ridiculous to do. So I just did that, and I found a thing, and maybe we heard it, maybe we didn't. Don't fucking know. No clue. No fucking clue. You know, it sounds new, but you know, they all kind of sound the same. So we're gonna do this right here, and we're gonna see how we feel about it. Welcome to Highland High.
Hey guys, how's it going? For those of you that don't know, right now I'm taking Harvard Business School online. Their course
we
in
heard that
entrepreneurship
mentioned in some
essentials.
very earlier ones, earlier videos.
There's some powerful material in here.
He was still doing that at the time of this video, I guess.
Contractually share the course with you. I want to share some ideas with you. So I want you to get a pen and a pad.
Not gonna do that.
So we can take some notes together. So one of the biggest things that it started off
You're
with
teaching us.
was,
how are you taking notes?
What is an opportunity?
Or
essentially, what is entrepreneurship, right? So it defines entrepreneurship as the pursuit of opportunity beyond the resources currently controlled, right? So when you think about entrepreneurship and you think about all of the entrepreneurs that you admire, I want you to ask yourself this first question. Why do you like them?
Well,
what is it about these individuals that bring value to your life? And they're it's the reason that you continue to follow them. So what is that reason? The second thing is, what opportunity do you want to establish, and what business do you want to run, right? So in that, the first question I want you to ask yourself is, what do you believe that people want? What do you believe that people need?
Power and
is
power.
There a need for what it is that you're trying to give to the world, essentially?
Always.
And
power.
To me, my whole first module, I stopped right there at that question.
Did you?
Because sometimes what will happen is we'll have all of these brand new ideas, all these fresh, ideologies on what we should and should not do. And then the question you have to ask yourself is, do people need what it is that you're providing?
Doesn't matter. They just want it.
And should you charge for it? Because there's a lot of things.
If you're being an entrepreneur, yes. Like,
if I go and give a speech, right? And the program calls for a speech on, leadership, right? Okay. And I get up there and I get to talking about goal setting.
All right.
Is that in alignment with what it is that they needed?
Okay,
however, I've already been paid. Now, on the flip side, let's say I'm providing a course and I say Entrepreneurship Essentials 101, right? And then you open the course and it's talking about, I don't know.
You don't know.
Putting peanut butter and jelly sandwich together in an effective manner.
Okay, he went all the way left.
It doesn't add up to the information that I'm putting out. So the first thing I want you to ask yourself, and I want you to write this down, do customers need or want your product? And how best are you serving the world? That's the first question I want you to ask.
Neither one
so
of those
oftentimes when I
actually
provide certain things, I have to ask myself, do people want to pay for this? Or should I just give this to the public? Because this is what happens. The more value you provide to someone's life, the more opportunities you begin to receive. Think about the people that you follow on a consistent basis.
Not necessarily.
The information that they put out there into the atmosphere via their content, so to speak, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, all of these places, those are free platforms. They're just giving this information away. But it's just enough for you to be able to, you know what, let me snatch this person up, or let me attend this person's conference, or let me buy this person's book.
Absolutely not.
So that's a question that you have to ask yourself. Do people want or need what it is that you're providing? And do you have to charge for it?
Because then you start to weigh free because it's a data mine. You put data into it.
The next thing
and you become part of a data store that they essentially sell to other businesses.
Is it a big market? Is it a small market?
So
is it a brand new market that you're trying to break into? I remember I started this campaign, Boss Up and Create Your Own Lane, right? Okay. And it was essentially a direct charge to not just entrepreneurs, but to people trying to break into industries that is not synonymous with whatever it is that they do, right? So when you're, let's say for example, you're a dancer, right? And you want to break into a poetic space, right? Okay. You have to begin to write. You have to begin to research. You have to begin to study. You have to attend certain events so that you can get an idea of what that market looks like, what that market calls for. Now, let me pause right there. Don't be fake. You have a lot of people out here putting out content and or trying to step into a market, and they're trying to be fake for the sake of income.
I have to say that that's bad advice.
That will not get you far at all. I promise you.
Will.
And if it does, eventually,
millions of dollars
will come crashing down. Because what you're essentially going to do is you're going to put out this content, put out this content, put out this content. You're going to build this persona, right? And then when you revert back to your primitive instincts, that which you know to do, that which is inherently in you, people are going to realize you were being fake.
What? Well, just don't do that.
That's when you're going to lose your credibility. One of the worst things an entrepreneur can lose is credibility. Because people are no longer going to trust you. People are no longer going to want to associate themselves with you. Because now, as an entrepreneur, your word is your bond. Your name and your word mean everything.
The goal.
Everything. Yeah. So the minute you muddy
assuming that the goal is just to accomplish the goal.
Be prepared. Be prepared for the storm that is to come. And you have no one to blame but yourself, right?
Well,
so let's get back to it. Another thing I want you to write down is, where am I going to raise capital? That was one of the questions that was asked. And for me, what the way I see that question, how am I going to raise capital, right? For whatever it is that you want to do. So let's say you have a t-shirt idea that you want to put together a t-shirt. I want to give a quick plug to Bright Creations. A good brother named Kalen Bright and his family, they're pioneering this amazing company that puts together quality material, custom material, whether it be headbands, t-shirts, you name it. Bright Creations. And after the live is over, I'll make sure I drop it in the comments as well. But ask yourself, where are you going to raise this money from? For example, for this course, I was trying to raise the money myself. I was
we have a host of questions and not very
and a good friend of mine
answers.
said, why don't you just post the fundraiser to Facebook?
Nah.
You have a great following, people support you. They're going to assist you. And I'm like, I'm not really with that. You got GoFundMes and all this other kind of stuff, and I just don't want the association to be, I'm just pandering. So I decided, let me see what I can do on my own. I raised $500 on my own, right? And then I reached out to Facebook. And in less than 24 hours, we raised $620.
So he did it anyway.
I was completely humble, but I wasn't more so as humbled by the money as I was by the messages that came through my inbox, that came through my phone, that came through Facebook, on the actual feed itself. So ask yourself, where are you going to raise this capital at?
Ask yourself what happened to everybody's money.
Supporting you most. Support isn't. Now let's pause right here, and I want you to write this down.
So whatever that long name foundation shit was, I don't think I ever heard
of monetary contributions. I'm gonna say that again. Support is not always in means of monetary contributions. Why do I say that? Because oftentimes support could literally be someone sharing your material,
just you're giving
someone liking your post, someone commenting on your post. We have these algorithms now with social media. So literally something as simple as you liking or commenting on someone's post gives them that exposure to trick the algorithm into believing that, hey, this person is getting high engagement. Let's get the word out to more people. Now you're selling more products. Now you're selling more services.
Also,
that's
don't gas people about their fucking likes because they like to believe that.
So when you're thinking about raising capital, when you're thinking about fundraising, all these other types of things, right?
I don't need
Who are you going to get that money from? Who are you going to get that support from? And who are you going to get that dedication and that association from? And that's the question that you have to ask yourself and think about before you even get the ball rolling. Now, once you get the ball rolling, right, and you begin to raise the bar on the products that you put out, the services that you provide, things of that nature, right? Then you go back and you say, okay, let's look at my profit margin. On the front end, how much did I make?
All the way to profit margin.
How much did
I don't even remember
now let's find a happy medium,
started making sales.
right? And then that's when you begin to realize, okay, this price works better for this product or whatever the case may be.
Happy medium.
But you need to figure out where you're getting that money from, right? And the last thing that I want to share with you guys, and I want you to write this down.
I have no idea.
Test your hypothesis. Whatever it is that you think might work, test it out. But test it out weighing this versus this. Okay. Now I want you to write this down.
It almost got
versus reward.
Scientific.
Do my risks outweigh my rewards, or do my rewards heavily outweigh my risks? Now, as an entrepreneur, you're always going to be making risks. You're always going to be taking risks. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is, how big of a risk am I willing to take? How much money am I willing to potentially lose in order to test out what it is that I want to do? I'll give you guys an example. Instagram is one of the platforms that I love the most when it comes to social media, right?
Is that right?
So what I did was I had seen the flexibility of my views on the videos that I was posting, right? Pictures that I was posting, impactful moments in my life that I was posting. And I had, I want to say about 2,300 posts or something like that. And I wasn't really getting the engagement that I felt like I should have been getting, targeted engagement from my followers. So what did I do? I literally went back to the drawing board and deleted everything on my Instagram. Literally. If you go back on my Instagram right now, the date of the first picture that was posted is not the day that I started my Instagram. Why? Because I had to go back to the drawing board and I had to completely cleanse my Instagram in order to figure out, okay, where is my engagement coming from? What types of posts are going to get the most engagement? What types of posts are going to be able to get my message out there, right? Then I started playing around with ads, right? Sponsored ads. So the first time
this feels like
I put an ad out, I only did $10.
Story.
$10. See how far my reach would be, right? It was a poem, right? I think it went from, and I gotta look at my numbers again because they're just steadily climbing. And I don't say that to be arrogant or braggadocious or anything, but
is that right?
It started off at about 200, between 200 and 250 views, right? And then they started climbing up to the 500s, up to the 600s, up to the 700s.
I'm just in a headspace right now where I want to throw
at like 800, 900 views on one video, less than a minute. So I said, okay. All right, cool. Then Instagram dropped the Instagram TV feature, which I believe, if you go into their settings, don't quote me on this, I believe it's up to 10 minutes. Me personally, I'll probably never post a 10-minute video on Instagram because I just don't provide content of that magnitude. I'll just toss it onto my YouTube channel. But Instagram TV
he's on a Facebook
was
right now with a
platform
17-minute
video. However, here's the big piece. You can't sponsor ads for Instagram TV posts. So what you need to do is focus on what's going to get immediate engagement, right? The hashtags that you use and how you engage your audience. 3 things that I know that if I post, I know I'm going to definitely get engagement on. My family, Anything regarding my family, whether it be my kids, whether it be my wife, whether it be my brothers, anything I post in regards to family, I know it's going to get engagement. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your kids off the internet, man. Successes, but not just the successes, because I don't just post my successes. I post my trials and tribulations as well in a way that is transparent to my journey to that success, right? That's the second thing. And then the third thing is promoting other people. And that to me is the biggest test of what your product provides. If I do, Eric Thomas said, if I do a speech for $250, that's just because I decided to do that, right? Not because, someone pressured me into doing it, or because someone made me do it. It's because I figured, okay, in order for me to get that engagement, I'm sorry guys, I'm trying to see how long this video is. All right, we at 13 minutes. I'm going to top a lot at 15. I'm going to finish this last statement, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get back to this course. If I do that speech, I'm doing it because I want to do it. So think about the products and the services that you provide. If you discount them, you're discounting them because you want to do it. And you see the value in who it is that you're engaging with in order to give them that discount to boost your profit margins on the back end. So on the front end, you're like, you know what? My product is typically $250 right on the front end. And you say, you know what? I'm going to discount it to $100. The first 50 people, $100, boom, you got my product, right?
I don't know. And those 50 people,
boom, 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 they buy it up, right? Because you got
those are operations elements.
What's the word I'm looking for? You have come on, come to me.
This is why the shit's 17 minutes. The same thing that's happening to me is happening to him.
Market need. There you go.
That's why.
Market need. He's fucking need your product
too. He fucked himself over with his own voice.
That's what they're going to ask themselves when they see it posted, when they see it presented, right? They're going to ask themselves, do I need this, right?
Yo, this is like
people don't buy things because they like them. People buy things because they add value to their life. When I buy furniture, right, I'm adding value to my home, right? When I buy specific things for my wife, I'm adding value to her in terms of, now, I know it's not her personal value,
when people
but value
don't
in the
have
sense
enough
of, I like to see my wife look good.
Don't feel like
I like to see my kids look nice. So when I'm buying them certain things, I'm adding value to them, right? Now, they're not defined by that value.
In a way that's very appealing, and they just buy it. That's your best case scenario.
You say, okay, my product is $250. I'm dropping it down to $100 for the first 50 people. Boom, 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 boom. They buy it up. After that, those 50 people, they're going to blast your product. So once they start blasting your product, boom, your price shoots back up. People don't care how much it costs as long as it provides value, right? Now, if they're weighing that risk versus reward, Yes, I'm doing my work right now. I'm just sharing some ideas with the people. Absolutely. See, my wife, that's my coach right there. So, on the back
can't
end,
check
right?
me on no live video
about that product that you're providing, right? So then once the price shoots back up, they're like, oh, well, if these people got it, these people were successful using it, I need to do it. I need to get it. Think about it. When people provide certain books for you to read, right? Okay, what did that book do for you? Oh, this book told me this, and this. Okay, cool. I need to go get that book. Think and Grow Rich.
And I'm doing my video.
I bought Charlemagne's book, Black Privilege. I went and bought this book that I'm reading right now.
You look like he was about to get a beat.
How I gained a massive following in 30 days, right? Because these are things that align with what it is that I do. So adding value isn't always what you can provide. More so, how are you providing it? Is it discounted? Is it of quality? And granted, you don't always have to provide discounts.
These are frivolous questions.
The thing about it is, when you're first starting off, this is something that you have to think about. How many people are you putting your product in front of before it starts to gain viability and begin to gain a credibility that will supersede what it is that you're charging for that product? So again, I want you guys to test your hypothesis. I want you to think about the market needs for your product. 20 sentences. I want you to ask yourself, risk versus reward. Is it worth the risk? And will the rewards heavily outweigh the risk? Then, do people need what you provide? I want to thank you guys. I got to get back to work. Wifey is on me. I got to get back to my course. I love you guys. Remember, God is peace, God is love, and God is everything.
Wow. Wow. That was something. I don't even know what to say about that, man. That was a lot of words, I tell you that much. You know, I don't know. Talk to me. RiHuBe on everything, man. Talk to me if you understood what the fuck was going on there. You know, I could have done without that. I'll tell you that much. But let me just tell you a thing. Since we listened to that, and since he had his questions about whether or not people need what you're selling, that's not a real question ever. Like you have to fucking consider the understanding of a salesman. Now, in our most hyperbolic understanding of a salesman, we default to metaphors where a salesman can sell water to a well, right? And that phrase is probably centuries old, at least one. Because we've already arrived at the understanding that the greatest salesman can sell things to people that they do not need, as a well does not need water. Okay, so please never ask yourself if people need the thing that, well, I ain't going to say never, but that shouldn't be your foremost question, if people need the thing. Because if people have been existing prior to the point where your product existed, then the answer is pretty clear, you know, that people don't need whatever the fuck it is that you're selling. You want them to want it, okay, regardless of what it is or what it can be or what its applications might be. It's always going to come down to wants. And you want to rely heavily on wants because they're not measurable. They're immeasurable, okay? Which means they can exist on a spectrum that is just unfathomable. People can want infinitely more than they can need. You know, and you want that kind of sales potential, you know, infinite, so to speak. But that's enough for me on my fucking soapbox, right? Because I don't know nothing. Just a guy doing things, all right? And we're just looking for what we could get from Ben back here. And it looks like we got our next video, and he's looking pretty normal in the car, even though he probably should not be doing videos in the car, but he's doing videos in the car. He's going back to that.
Encouragement in his motive.
Yeah, there it goes. And we'll see what the fuck he's talking about now, because he's in the car this time. He stopped gas station fucking burglaring, all right, for one day. But it still looks like it's not an okay time outside. Let's see what time this video says it was. It's 6:41.
Right? I'm out here.
A.M., okay? Go to bed. Go the fuck to bed. Be sleeping at 6:41 a.m. Wake up at 7. Okay, because I see the sky a little bit in the video while he's driving, and it looks like that morning I shouldn't be up sky. You know, so let's see what the fuck he's talking about. Bend backwards, everybody.
What up, world? It's your man, Ben Bach, right? I'm out here with this hope, this encouragement, and this motivation, and I'm pumped up, geeked up, and super excited, guys. I wanted to share something with you guys really quick. And it's a short story, but it surrounds... It's about a quote that I've heard for the longest time, but I'm getting on a deeper level now. And the quote was by Aristotle, and what he said is, we are what we repeatedly do. And he said, excellence then is not an act, but a habit. He said, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit. What does that mean, guys? It's like, I'm going to share a quick story with you guys about what that means. Because I remember when I was young and I used to play football, guys, right? And then playing football, like on the football field, like the coach, like if you're on the field, like in practice, not even in the real game, it's just like, yo, no walking on the field. Like if you're on the field, like that 100 yards, there's no walking. Play after play, like you striding. You're not just standing around nowhere. You're not acting lazy. It's just like you run to the next play. You don't just stand still. Like you're always moving and active. It's just like just getting the habit of running to the next play. Don't walk to the ball when the ball is down. No, so darn it. So it's just like when he used to tell me, he's like, yo, Ben, why are you walking to pick up the ball? Or yo, Ben, why you not hustling to the next play? I'm like, yo, I'm tired. Yo, I don't feel like it. Yo, it's not that deep. This is just practice.
Said, oh,
but he
shit.
just kept drilling me.
And
I just started to do what he said, but I never really understood it. But then one of my mentors, Terry Robinson, what he was telling me a few months ago was just like, yo, the reason why coaches do that is because they understand that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act.
Repetitively?
It's a habit. So what happened when I wasn't following my coach's directions? When it was game time, and I was on the field, guys, it's just like I was walking around. I wasn't hustling. I was out of breath easily. I didn't feel like going the extra mile on that play. Why? Because I wasn't used to it. I didn't flex that muscle. It's just like muscle memory is big, guys, and it's like I got another story for you guys on that tip as well. So the whole idea behind what I'm sharing with you guys is just like, what is it that you want to do? And it's just like, yo, how can you make this a natural part of your life where every single day you wake up and it's just like you're building a habit of success that just allows you to do certain things automatically.
Frivolous
right?
Shit.
So an example that I recently heard was about Tom Brady and his wide receivers. Like, why is Tom Brady one of the best receivers ever? Is because they drill, practice, rehearse constantly. They drill, practice, and rehearse. So when it's game time for real, they're not thinking about what play should I do, how should I react to this situation. Like, they automatically react, and it's just like, yo, him and his wide receivers, for those of you who know football, it's just like, yo, you're gonna run this play. It's just like, go to the spot, right? And make sure like these three fingers are like this. I can't even show you. It's just like, just go to the spot and just know that when you get there, the ball will be here. Right? Oh, damn, I wish I could extend it. So it's just like, just go to your spot and know the ball will land there.
Are you in the passenger
I know what play
seat?
you're running. It's like, I'm going to get the ball to you, so you don't worry about nothing but get into that
Seems
spot.
about
and
right.
I won't
Maybe
worry
he's
about
not driving
nothing but making sure that the ball lands right there.
Means that somebody else is in this car.
I can't even imagine how intense their practices is, because I'm sure they work harder in practice than they do in the game, because the game is automatic. So I really hope you guys are following me here, guys. So it's just like another example with Steph Curry. I remember I heard E.T. tell a story.
I don't see any indicator that he's driving, though.
It's just like, yo, he making three-pointers from like half court or long distance three-pointers with his eyes closed, right? Like,
whoever's driving just hit that mean swerve.
It looks like it's effortless, right? Why? Because he's repeatedly doing it. So excellence now is not an act, but it's a habit. So that just wasn't an act. That was a reflex, right? Somebody called it muscle memory. So why could Steph Curry perform like that in a game? He performed like that in a game. Why? Because in practice he's shooting 1,000 shots a day, and it's just like, no, and I don't even get it right. Like, he's not shooting 1,000 shots a day. He's making. So I don't know how many shots he has to shoot in order to make 1,000. But the goal is to make 1,000 shots that day. So it's like, how much practice did he perform outside of the game for him to be able to do what he does in the game? So my question to you guys before we close here is just like, yo, what are you doing when nobody's looking? What are you doing when, let me rephrase, what are you doing when nobody's looking?
Oh, he is driving.
Right? What are you doing when nobody's looking to make sure that you're becoming better? So becoming better, if you're a spiritual person, spiritually becoming better. If you're a health conscious person, like, how you gonna make your health better, right? If you're in school, like, how are you becoming a better student? Like, when the teacher ain't watching, when the teacher ain't asking, when your friends aren't there, like, what are you doing when nobody's watching so that you become a better person? For me personally right now, like, what am I doing so that I can become a better dad, husband, and spouse or whatever, or son? Like, what am I doing when nobody's watching so that I can just become a better person? So when I'm in the presence of my wife, when I'm in the presence of my daughter, when I'm in the presence of my mom, they're like, yo, you're a different person. Like, yo, it's just like, you're just different. Like, what happened to you? You changed overnight. But I didn't change overnight. Like, I've been consciously and deliberately doing certain things every single day. So whenever it's game time, whenever you ask something from me, whenever you need something from me, I'm there. So guys, thank you so much for tuning into this video. Like, yo, this is the year we step up, set new standards, defy odds, and dominate. We step up, set new standards, defy odds, and dominate. Why? Because dreams do come true, guys. But number one, we have to dream it. Number two, guys, we have to believe it. And number three, guys, we got to grind every single day until we achieve it. Thanks so much, guys. Catch y'all next time. Peace.
I guess he stopped the car at that point. I hope he stopped the car at that point. Fuck. That felt like a lot. All of that felt like a fucking lot, man. To the point where, like, I don't even know what to say about that. That should just be throwing my brain into a whole different fucking space. Okay, of wild confusion, trying to decipher English. The people who watch those videos habitually just have to be skipping over the parts that they don't understand. Like, they probably don't even try. Like, fuck it. Don't even try. Speaking of not trying, man, shout out to Jeep. He was showing me some chick, man. I don't know who this woman is. She's she's the new thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's always a it girl, and she's one of them right now. Just like being a breast and a butt on the internet, and we like that. That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you thought that was sexist or something? Then there's no way that you live on this planet Earth if you thought that was some kind of sexist comment. Okay, but that's what she's doing, being a breast and a butt on the internet. And it's funny because when I see those women who are doing that, I don't take that whole thing so seriously because I don't give a shit. Okay, there's a picture of a woman looking sexy. Now what? Right? What is next for me at that point? Okay, this woman, I don't know her, never met her, probably won't ever know or ever meet her. We see her in a picture on the internet. She looks sexy. All right, what now? In my life, it's like it's fucking nothing. Doesn't matter. Nice to look at, of course, because I like to see those things. I like women a whole lot. But I just know too many people who just take that shit way too seriously. Like, when I see those pictures, I'm checking the woman for inconsistencies. There's always some, because a lot of these women nowadays, especially, because they're popping up left, right, and center overnight. A lot of it's just fake, and I'm not talking about the surgery and whatnot. I'm talking about the Photoshop. Now, if you have a good enough eye and a firm understanding of the human anatomy, you can pick out so much Photoshop. So many subtle things that will help you understand that it's Photoshop. It's fucking incredible. Okay, he was showing me this chick, and I just wish I could not understand, if I could remember the chick's name. Don't know her name. He was showing me this chick, all right? And now she's slim. She's pretty slim, but her breasts are huge, and they looked real. How did they look real? Because gravity was affecting them. It looked like gravity was affecting them. Usually when there's fake breasts involved, they just defy gravity, and that's a huge tell. But gravity was affecting them, which usually that only happens, like, women get breasts that big when they used to be big. Maybe she used to be a lot bigger. So there it is, breasts. You go breast first. Let's make a whole fucking, this is a tutorial, okay? When you see the woman and you're trying to figure out the whole anatomy situation. Now there are tells, okay? And you go breast first, the size of the breast, okay? And if the breasts are particularly big, you have to understand if gravity is affecting them. Okay, and that'll be a huge tell for you as far as how real or fake they are. Secondly, you can go to the arms. Now, don't go to the stomach. Skip the stomach, because the stomach gets way too live. Way too live, all right? Because that is a problem area for a lot of people. So people do a lot of things to cover it up. But arms. Now, if you have a very tight core, okay, stomach and chest area, usually, as far as humanity is concerned, this comes with a firm set of arms. Why? Because most of the exercises related to your core, strengthening your core to a high degree, generally involve the arms. You have to work the arms in the meantime. The arms and the quads, because those are the connected elements there. Like, maybe not the entire arm, but like shoulder to elbow. So that's bicep, tricep, shoulder to elbow, and then the equivalent of that would be like the waist to the knee, the quads. Now, when you get core, you generally get those two as well to one degree or another. So when you see the woman and you see she's got a huge breast and they look real, you check the arms. The arms are going to be a little bit chunky. If the arms are chunky, that means she didn't work for that weight reduction. There's just not, well, let me say there's a huge chance she did not work for that weight reduction. It's probably the result of surgery, most likely. And what they say, well, what if something else happened? What if she was sick or this, that, or something? No, okay? Because the stomach is a problem area for a lot of people, because anatomically speaking, biologically speaking, the human body stores fat at the stomach more readily than most other areas of the body. Why? To protect the vital organs. That's where your vital organs are, in that stomach area, mostly. So in order to protect those, it puts the padding there first. Where else does it put the padding? Arms. If you see very big people, they got this big slab of fat where the triceps are, like by and back by the elbow. That's usually because that's a defense mechanism as well. When they put their arms at their sides, it covers the ribs and the kidney area, further protecting you. And this is what the human body does, try to help you out when it distributes fat. So if there's a reduction in fat, more than likely, the last place to experience the reduction is the stomach, because that's where the most fat is. The body will lose weight proportionately, and that's where the most fat is, and that's where the body will continue to store fat, if it has any to store. And I'm not saying this is true for every single human being, but this is an understanding of the human biology. So you check the arms, and if the arms is chunky, then they probably didn't work for it. The third place you could check, which is usually the last place, everything beyond that is just kind of frivolous, is the stomach. Now, the stomach is entertaining. It's just usually for entertainment, because Photoshop happens at the stomach. Like, that's where you want it at. And I'm no photographer or nothing, but that's just a problem area for a lot of people, especially when there's a huge element of weight loss. The arms and stomach, that's where the stretch marks usually are. So you'll see a lot of these women will cover up their arms a lot in their photo shoots because the stretch marks there, and they'll cover up the bottoms of their stomach. Like, they'll have a shot with their stomach out, quote unquote, and there'll be no belly button, because right at the bottom of that stomach, around and under the belly button, is where a lot of that stretching happens, because that's where that bulbous shape starts when there's an excess of fat, and you get that going there. And when I see these model chicks, this is the kind of stuff I'm looking at, and I'm pointing it out to my guys. And a lot of times you got a lot of guys who get fucking mad. Why are you getting mad? Why are you getting mad? Yo, I swear to you, you cannot diss a dude's fake girlfriend. Every dude, is gonna have a fake girlfriend. Well, let me not say every, but a lot of guys, all right? He's gonna feel a way about this girl. Now, this is him while he also has a real girlfriend. Okay, he'll have a fake girlfriend too. Fake internet girlfriend. Of course, I got some fake movie girlfriends and fake music girlfriends and fake. I don't think I have a fake internet girlfriend because it's just too weird on there. But fake movie girlfriends, fake music girlfriends. But I don't feel a way about them. You can do what you want. You can say what you want. But most dudes, you try to come at their fake IG girlfriend or whatever, they'll defend her to the bone. To the bone. I had some dudes who used to say to me too, oh, here you go, being gay, Like, if I'm pointing this kind of stuff out about women, like, okay, she's got a whole stomach shot, with her whole stomach out, and we can't see her belly button, Like, that doesn't make any sense. Does that make sense to you? And they're like, yo, why you can't just look at it, you know? And why you have to do that? Like, bro, this is funny to me. Your internet girlfriend is fucking funny to me. Why are you defending her? Like, I could fully cut ass on your real wife or your real girlfriend. I could tell you her head big, her food is garbage, and you will laugh with me. You'll fucking laugh with me. But as soon as I start getting at your internet fucking girlfriend, you're mad. You don't want to show me no more pictures of her. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, dude. She's not yours. Okay? There's 40,000 other guys having the same conversation as you and me right the fuck now. You know? But mine's just funnier, I think. The fuck, dude? You could talk crazy about a dude kids before you talk shit about his IG fucking girlfriend. Real shit. Protecting her, defending her. Has multiple pictures of her in his fucking phone. Downloaded them, screenshotted them, what the fuck ever. Ask him for a picture of his actual woman. Oh God, ask him. He's gonna have to go find it. He's gonna have to fucking look for it. Okay? Could tell you where his IG girlfriend is gonna be at for the next week, the next month. Ask him when his anniversary is. Doesn't fucking know. Because we know what's important. Alright? You know? And that's titties and ass. That's it. That's what the fuck we want. And this is me going back to, again, anatomy, man. You know, oh man, I saw a post of a dude. Shout out to that. I'll probably put that on the video podcast. Yo, this is the poses that women doing. Okay, look, women do a thing where they cover their stomachs, okay? Because like I told you, the stomach is a problem area. They do poses and stuff where they literally and deliberately just put their hands over their stomach. Or they put like a emoji or a heart or something like that. Now, what the fuck? Was I supposed to ignore that? Or how does that work? What is the goal? I don't fucking know. Because I can't ignore that shit. I see what your arms are doing. I see it. You know, the dude said it was the woman's doing a pose and she did it from 2 different fucking angles because that's how deliberate it is. And she's covering her stomach, you know, and it's fucking funny. And he's saying like, yo, shorty, if you was sick like that, then you shouldn't have went out or something like that. Because she looked like she's holding her stomach like she's sick. And it's fucking funny. Funny. Like, are you in your body or are you not? Like, tell me. Let me know. Did you borrow this body? You know, did you not know what it was going to look like when you took the picture, or were you testing it, or how the fuck does that work? You consciously understood that you have to cover up your stomach before you took the picture, and you still want to take the pictures? Help me. Help me. Fucking help me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know things about myself, you know, that don't, I'm not going to say warrant a cover up, but just aren't terribly flattering. You know, like if I'm at a fucking, I don't know, if I'm in a fucking place, and even if it's my people's, you know what I mean? And all of them have fucking dark hair and full beards, and they taking a dark hair and fucking full beards picture. I'm not getting in that picture. Okay? I'm fucked up on those 2 fronts. You understand me? And it's just not gonna fix itself, and it's okay. I'm staying out of the picture. I'm not gonna do that. I already know what's going on with me, and I'm just not gonna fucking do that. Now, if your stomach is poking out, okay, which I'm gonna tell you some real shit right now. Guys are fucking everything and everybody. If you think that stomach poking out is like the factor, you know what I'm saying, that this guy is weighing, you know, if that's the absolute deal breaker, you're just out of your fucking mind. Okay? So, Because I assume that you just formulate these pictures in order to be attractive. I just have to fucking assume because I don't know. That's not my brand of psychosis. Okay? It's not. And it's just fucking funny to me. So if you know that you got to do that and you know you got to cover that up in order to take the picture, like in my mind, I just understand that I won't be doing that. I won't be participating in that activity. You know, but apparently this is just not how that works for most people. They want to do it anyway. And that's a big thing right now. And that's why everything's body shaming and everybody's feelings are hurt and everything's so fucked up, because there's things that we just couldn't be a part of before. We just want to be a part of, and we just feel like people should just let us, which is fucking insane. You know, and everybody who's wildly millennial out there right now, you're probably like, oh man, you're such a bigot, or these people, you're non-inclusive, or no, fucking no. Sometimes you just don't fit. You just don't fit. And you can't goddamn do it. I'm 5'7" goddamn inches. Do you think I'm going to basketball tryouts? Fucking no. I'm not pulling up in there telling them that they should include me. Fuck that. Fuck that. I understand. That's just a little bit out of my realm. And that's okay. That's okay. Everything's not going to be for me. Everybody's not going to be for me. And you just got to learn that about yourself and move forward. Now, let me take it one step further into the realm we don't like to go into, okay? There are some things about yourself you can fucking change. If you feel like you don't fit into a space, and there's something within reason that you can change, fucking consider that. Work hard. Be the one that worked hard. Don't just be a sack of shit and then pull up on everybody telling them they should change the rules around for you. That's incredibly ridiculous. Incredibly ridiculous. And that's what we got way too much of right now. Way too much. I want to be in, change the rules for me. Fuck that. Not doing it. Okay, because you like some things you're just not gonna be a part of. Know that about yourself. Know that about the goddamn universe. Okay. But of course, you could just fucking continue to do what you do and try to make everybody change the rules around for you, and maybe it'll work and you can get whatever the fuck you want. You know why? Because you're RiHuBe. You're fucking ridiculous. Okay. And we still adore you because you're in the trust tree and the fucking friendliness at the goddamn zoo. And speaking of knowing things about yourself, somebody asked me recently to tell them about myself. Now, it's been a long time since somebody actually asked that on a personal level. Now, that's a job interview question. You know why? Because it's full of shit. It's full of shit. Going to work, working, being at work, being a person at work is just full of shit. And that's just a fucked question at this point in life, okay? If you live past 25, okay? One, you got problems, all right? You do. That is just it. That's just long enough, okay? Did you get it well before then? Probably. But 25, you definitely got problems. Now, if anybody asks you to tell them about yourself past the age of 25, it's a fucking tripwire. It's a goddamn minefield. This is a suicide mission. Okay? You're just going to walk into hot fucking water because all you really, like, people who are stupid, and I'm saying that, stupid, can't follow me because all they're thinking is, well, why don't you just say things about yourself? Okay? That's not a real thing. Okay? What tell me about yourself really means, what can I leave out? And what can I fucking graze over? Because what you're not going to do is be completely honest. That's just not what the fuck you want to do. You know, because we can't handle it. We can't fucking handle it. Because guy like me, you say, tell me about yourself. If I was being completely honest, I'd be like, well, for one, don't want to answer this fucking question right now. At that point, it's over. Like, if this is a woman asking me this, and she's asking me this because she wants to know about me, at that point, it's over. I already fucked it up. How? Being honest. Gotta lie, you know? Well, I'm not going to say lie, but you can't just put it all on the table. You can't be completely honest with that question. So why do people still ask it? Like, is the person asking just forgetting that it's gonna be full of shit and that we're just both full of shit? I don't know. Don't understand. Okay, because it's just gonna be shitstorm on both sides, and we should just know that and just not ask that question. Okay, just figure out if you wanna know the person or not, or get to know them. Maybe that question is the other person saying, let's see how much horse shit they dump. You know, depending on how much horse shit they dump. If they dump an amount of shit that could fit in my barrel, all right, then let's do it. You know, if not, sayonara, I guess. You know what I mean? But that's a loaded fucking question. Anything at this point that has to have you to analyze anyone, including yourself, on a personal level and then express it in words is a piece of shit at this point. Because people got problems. Fucking problems. Your boy right here got magazine issues, baby. That means them shit's entertaining. You waiting for the next one. That's what this podcast is. Okay? Magazine goddamn issues. But he knows that. Okay? And he expresses them in the most comedic way possible most of the fucking time. Because it's funny to you? No, because it's funny to him. All right? Because this is not about you. It's not. It's about him. All right? And you can come along for the ride if you fucking want to. And how weird was it that as I'm saying that, I'm imagining in my head the Pied Piper. Do you know what this is? And it's funny that the Pied Piper, I don't know the full story, but he was supposed to get rid of some mice, I think, in a village. And the people were supposed to pay him, I think. I have to look this story up, maybe on the next podcast. I'm going to freestyle it right now, and I'm going to see if I was right. So I think he had to get rid of mice in a village. And the people contracted him to do this. And I think they were supposed to pay him. And this is like the ultimate pedo story. And he did it like with a flute or something. The Pied Piper, meaning a flute, piper. I don't really know what pied means, but it just has a shocking resemblance to pedo. Maybe there's something deep going on there. So the Pied Piper supposed to fucking get the mice out of the village. People supposed to pay him. He did it with a flute, I think. He played a flute and he walked and he was dancing or whatever. And the mice followed him. He got them out. I could be making this up fully. Don't know. And when he went back to the people, they wouldn't pay him. So he did the same thing with their children. He played the flute and just lured all the children out of the village. Like, took all the children from them. Don't know how that ends. Maybe that's how it ends. Because nursery rhymes and shit was fucking rugged back in the days. They wasn't for children. They was to warn adults about what the fuck was going on. Fucking body snatchers and children takers. And that's funny. The funniest part of that story is that was R. Kelly's name at one point, the Pied Piper of R&B. And in this story, the Pied Piper takes a bunch of children. Fucking ridiculous. Okay. Secondly, I think we're supposed to not like the Pied Piper. I don't understand what the moral of the story was because, you know, the understanding of that has been distorted for so long. But they didn't pay him. How about the moral of that story is pay your people. Guys does something for you, pay your people. Okay, I think the real of that story was about people kidnapping your kids. You know what I'm saying? Somebody do something for you, they got you on the hook and you don't pay. They be sending some fingers in the mail. You know, your kids. I think that was that kind of scenario, or that probably what that was originally supposed to warn us about. Yo, I'm about to start looking up fucking nursery rhymes and shit, or old folk tales or whatever for this podcast, and interpreting them shits. The first one is gonna be this fucking Pied Piper, alright? I'm gonna pull that shit up, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this, because this is a wild fucking story. Okay, you don't pay me, taking your kid. And that still exists right now. That understanding. That's how ridiculous we've been. The same kind of ridiculous for like centuries. That story's gotta be at least a century old. Pied Piper. Fucking funny, man. Wow. So shout out to everybody, man. And by everybody, I'm just going through people in my head right now, and as soon as I said that, I just stopped saying it, because they have nothing to do with the podcast, and mostly nothing to do with me. So fuck that. Not shout out to everybody. Shout out to me. Okay, I'm over here doing stuff. Shout out to all the HuBes out there, man. RiHuBe on everything. Podcasts on Monday. YouTube, video podcasts on YouTube and Facebook on Wednesdays. And we're just fucking around every day, man. Also, fuck y'all.